Defining yourself can be a difficult process. The main question is, what makes you you? Some people find it easy to pinpoint defining moments in their life, but other people find it much harder. The makeup of ourselves is very complex, and it's in the combination of many factors that can shape who we are and who we become. When we were younger, it was likely that we would experience situations such as our friends offering us alcohol or drugs or smoking, that kind of peer pressure situation. And it's how we handled ourselves or and the choice we made in that moment that differs us in our own respect. For me, one of my defining moments is when I first stepped onto that soccer field. I believe that soccer developed many aspects in my life that shaped who I am right now. For example, it's encouraged me to adopt a healthy lifestyle, it taught me the core values of teamwork, and it enabled me to develop close relationships that I still have to this day. My father was a big influence in me playing the game. I've never known anyone who loved the game as much as he did, which just encouraged me and motivated me to play that, to impress him every game I played in. He loved seeing me and my brother play, and he would always come and watch all of our games and give us criticism as well. His criticism was just the perfect kind of criticism in my view. It wasn't too downhearted or negative, but at the same time it wasn't subtle and easygoing just because we were his sons. We had his best interest at heart to make us better, which was just great. In 2010, my family moved to America. I moved here with my twin brother, my younger brother who's 16, my younger sister who just turned 10, and my mum. My mum and dad got divorced in 2007, and she met someone over here and married him, which ignited the move. Leaving England was very, very hard for me. It definitely wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I left all my friends behind, I left my best friend behind, and I left my culture behind because it's so different here. I'm just going to move the cursor real quick because the video is going to stop if I don't move it. Alright, I've started college here, and that's been a great experience so far too. When I was younger, I used to get in a lot of trouble in school. I would get sent to the principal's office multiple times a week. And it wasn't up until the 8th grade where my view on school took a 180. Up until that moment that I thought that everything about school was a joke to me. However, one night my parents sat me down in the kitchen and they basically told me that they just had enough of me getting in trouble and getting phone calls from the teachers and the principal just saying how badly I behaved that day. They sat me down and they told me that if I didn't start behaving in school, they would stop me from playing soccer. And I just broke down when I heard this. I just cried a lot because the thought of me not playing soccer was just devastating. Needless to say, from that point on, I was doing much better in school in terms of my behavior, and my grades were going up. I think it's just amazing how one phrase or line that someone can say has such an influence on your life. I honestly believe that my parents essentially saved my life that night because thanks to them, I'm doing well in college, and I have every intention of going to grad school and pursuing a career as a clinical neuropsychologist. My younger brother, Louis, who's currently in high school, he's the same as me when I was his age. Well, not his age, but when I was younger. He gets into a lot of trouble as well, and it's been harder for my parents to kind of tame that and create a defining moment for him because he doesn't have as much passion in anything as I did for soccer, so they couldn't use that against him. We all work together as a family to try and help guide him in the right direction, but ultimately he has to make a defining moment for himself, and when that moment comes along, we hope he makes a choice for the better. As we get older, we get the chance to look at the past, and the best feeling about the past is having no regrets. Everything back then has led up to now. I chose to play soccer. I chose to do well in school. I chose to move to America. I chose to pursue an ambitious career. Any one of those choices, if I had made them differently, I wouldn't be who I am today, most likely. And it's important to remember that if you feel like you're made a bad decision or you're in an unfavorable life or lifestyle, it's never too late to have a defining moment. Thank you.